Assalamu alaikum. This is Sayyeda Somani. I am a pharmacist by profession, a mother of three, a wife, and the founder and director at Strokes Tanzania. At Strokes Tanzania, we cater for adults and children starting from 4 years upwards. We have two main goals. One is obviously to deliver and to teach different forms of art. This can be painting, it can be pottery, it could be string art. There's lots of different forms of art that we explore that we are actually learning along the way as well. And the other sister point is to bring awareness about the strength and the importance of art in the whole mental health sector. So at the start of the birthing of the idea and the concept, given a rolling, the main challenges that I, as an individual, faced was how to draw the balance. I am a mom, I'm a full-time mom. I'm also a pharmacist, and I was now about to become, the founder or the director at Strokes Tanzania. So I think the biggest challenge, and I still face it as time is going, because obviously the kids are continuing to grow. The society demands are also, working hand in hand. So I know striking the right balance, making sure the mom guilt wasn't taking over too much, or the demands weren't overtaking too much, was quite difficult. And I think as time went, the idea turned into, passion. And we just continued, and every milestone we met was given that moral support, encouragement from the family. We found ourselves at new pedestals, and that just made me realize that, the direction where we're heading has worked. Everyone around me is happy, and in reference to the children, to my family, to my social circle, to my mental health, everything else was seeming right. And that's how we just put one foot in front of the other and, moved forward. I know there's hurdles, there's obstacles, there's so many things that come up along the way. I just feel that these things shouldn't really hinder what you want to be. They shouldn't hinder and kind of divert you away from where you aspire to be. All you need is the will in you. The main important thing here is when you have an idea, don't shut it down. Even if your surroundings, your environment, your resources, even if they don't allow. Strokes Tanzania was born when my last child was just 4 months old. When we started this, I said to myself, hang on a second, what am I thinking? That itself, having an infant, who I'm a full-time mom too, that itself was it was a red flag. I kept asking myself, how am I gonna cope? There are times where I felt a setback. I felt I wasn't able to cope, or I couldn't give in as much as I wanted to. The mom guilt was also kicking in. And during days like that, I would just, hold on and say, hang on a second, the ball's rolling. I can either sit around and mop and say, oh, look, I can't cope, and how am I gonna do this, Or I could just say, no, hang on a second, the ball is rolling, let's carry on, let's delegate, let's grow a team. And this was a turning point. Someone that I truly look up at, that whose examples I take in my stride, that I try implementing in my day-to-day life, is Lady Sayyeda Zainab, Salamun alayha. She empowered so many women. She picked herself up. This is a lesson, is a teaching for us that we are able. My hope and my request to my fellow women, if you have a dream, if you have anything that's lingering inside you, please don't shut it down. Nurture it, listen to it, try putting it out there. So the three main pieces of advice from me to you is when you find that you have an idea, in your mind, and how do you go about implementing it? How do you make it, how do you materialize it? So the first thing that I did when Strokes Tanzania felt more of a solid idea in my mind is I went down to doing some research. I looked around in the market. I checked on resources. I went down to looking at what exactly it is that I want to concentrate and make my baseline on. My second thing was I put my idea down on paper. I made sure that this conversation was not just with me and my mind. I had my husband who was a part of brainstorming with me. Sometimes when you speak out your mind, your thoughts, you hear them in a differently projected way, and it just carries more sense or lesser sense. You're able to be a better judge, in a scenario like that. The third thing, once your ball is rolling, I think the most important part of any business, whether it's an art school, whether it's a tailoring mart, or whether it's a grocery store, whichever business it is, I think making, creating, working, and giving your brand the importance is the way forward. Everything that you do, make sure you maintain your quality. So we find that all of this narrows down to your brand. It's the quality that you maintain and the consistency. And really, this is a big part of working and walking towards success. In summary, my dear viewers, nothing in this world comes easy. We all know, whether it's you baking a cake or you running a school. Nothing comes easy. Everything comes with its own set of challenges. When you meet a place where you find, I can't cope anymore, before giving up, take a break, take a time out, and have a look around you. See how you can better the situation. Hear that voice that's lingering inside you. Service that idea. And as I said earlier, it may not be the right time to do that now. Let it stay in there, keep nurturing it, but you will find a place in your life where you think, okay, now I'm set, I'm now ready, and now I can manage. And pursue that. Be who you aspire to be. And remember, you need to make a mark for the generations to come. It's about pleasing yourself. It's about feeling satisfied. It's about feeling accomplished, yeah? And also leaving a mark that one day, 40 or 50 years down the line, someone out there might need to Google something about what you did, or remember you for it, or put into practice lessons they learned from your service.